Hello, I'm Mr. Ramsey with another episode of Are We There Yet podcast. I'm joined with two amazing scholars, artist scholars, in fact, from our school, New Visions, Miss Rachel Todd, and for the first time, Miss Chelsea Santiago. And at this time, we're actually admitting, yes, Jaden Abdeen. Jaden Abdeen said he would like to be here for this, and he's here. So I just want to frame this episode and let you know that Miss Santiago has given us a topic that we touched on before, but we will be revisiting because I feel like it's good to give a focus from everybody's perspective, as well as some other things and some other insights that she has also brought to our attention. Miss Santiago, if you would like to introduce yourself or introduce the topic, the floor is yours.
Okay, so for people that don't know me, my name is Chelsea Santiago. I'm a ninth grade artist scholar, and I'm actually school secretary. And first off, I just wanted to ask, how are you doing? How's your day been?
Jaden and Rachel. I've never had that's never been the flip. How did you do this? Are you a podcast host? What is going on here? This is your first time. It's great.
I don't know. I mean, that's good.
The day is going great. I'm actually really, really happy and really blessed to see y'all and to even be able to have this opportunity. So I'm just elated. That is the word of the day. Elated. Thank you, Ms. Santiago. How's everybody else doing? Mr. Abdeen with the camera and the glasses. What's up, man?
So far my day's been really good, but overall, I'd say my overall week has been sort of boggled because I've been thinking about a lot of issues that have been occurring within, our society, in which, it involves racial issues and people being assaulted for things they're not responsible for.
I understand. Well, I'm sorry that you had to, feel that way, bogged down, but I'm glad that you did share that because that is something that we do want to get to. Ms. Todd, before we jump into it, if you'd like to share, after she turned on her camera because she was camera shy the whole time. Okay.
I'm actually dead. I'm a corpse.
How are you doing that? How are you, there's police. Nope. Police.
I'm a ghost. How can they
happening again for me? Listen, the poltergeist that got me the last time. No. 911. Jaden, if you could follow up with Mr. Drexler, and I'll just try to. Chelsea, this doesn't usually happen on the show. We don't usually have poltergeists on the show.
No, it usually happens. It's fine.
What are you talking about? Wait, you've done this before.
I'm omnipresent now. I'm in each of your rooms. There's a gust of wind now. Hey. That's me.
Oh. How did you do that?
I'm a ghost.
All right, no, we're starting this. No, you're not doing this. You're not scaring me this time. No, it's not happening. Nope.
Rachel is a spooky ghost.
No, there's no spooky ghost.
Scary skeletons.
I ain't scared of no ghosts. Okay. We're here. We're supposed to be talking about a very important topic. We got the sillies out the way, but now it's time to get down to the nitty-gritty. Miss Santiago brought something to our attention. There was more to speak on about the Capitol and the events at the Capitol, and I believe it is time for her to share. If you would like to lead us in.
Yeah, thank you very much. So as we all know, it's already been a month since everything that happened on the Capitol, and there's one person that spoke out about this February 5th, and that person is AOC, and she was talking about how she had to barricade herself into her own office while one of the rioters were in her office asking her where was she, saying he was going to kill her, all this stuff. And you could look it on Instagram. She has it on her Instagram. And she was talking about how she is a victim of sexual assault. And that right there hits hard to me because I am as well. So for her to speak out about what's right, I just got to give props to her. Like, because that's really hard. That's really hard to talk about. But yeah, as I said, it's already been a month, and not much has changed other than, Ted Cruz going on vacation, thinking that's okay. Uh, but she also talked about how Representative Katie Porter helped her hide into her office to make sure that she was okay. And honestly, if I was there in that situation, honestly, I would think I would die too. And it's not because, I have different I have different opinions about what they think. It's because of the color of my skin. Point blank, period. That's it. And I just wanted to talk to Rachel and Jaden about how what happened at the Capitol makes them feel about it. And I care about everyone, so I have to care about what their opinions are as well. Mine is just that right there, that tragedy that happened hits hard to me because I'm living through it and I'm growing as a person, and it hurts a lot. So I just want to get any feedback from Rachel or Jaden or you, Mr. Ramsey, about how you feel about this situation.
Well, I'll definitely leave it to them. Chelsea, thank you so much for being that vulnerable and sharing that. That's definitely big. And I appreciate you being able to loop everything back in, because you have probably two of the best examples of scholars, artist scholars, that can give you a breakdown of everything. And I definitely know they aren't going to hold back, Mr. Abdeen included, because, he hit you with those kung fu words. And Miss Todd, she'll just be like, no, I'm not crying. But anyway, I'm going to cut that. But yeah, I got you. Whichever one of you would like to start, by all means.
I'll let Rachel go first.
Honestly, I've been talking about this till I can't talk no more, but it's literally racism. Like, I don't even know how to say it any more plainly. I don't know. I just feel like I've been talking about it. It's like, like, okay, I'm not even. Can you cut this out? Yes.
Yeah, I think what Rachel is trying to say, basically, this is a real systemic issue now when it comes to racism, because now, over 100 years ago, voter suppression was real, and now that thing is still present. So it's constantly reminding us of segregation, as well as not allowing people of color to do or have the same abilities as people that are, white, due to factors such as white supremacy and a bunch of other stuff. And, we still got the Ku Klux Klan running around doing stuff, and hasn't been much done about that.
Exactly, what is that? Oh my gosh, my brain went baba boy, but okay, yes. And it's so intricate in society that people don't even realize it's happening. Race, it's the general, there's two reasons why there's problems in the entire world today. And it's one, it's racism, and two, it's the patriarchy. And that's literally the reasons of literally all the issues, all the social issues, all the economic issues we have in the world today. And yeah, I'm sorry, but it's so intricate and branches out into stuff like colorism. It branches out into stuff inequality. I've been researching stuff for my senior capstone project, and I was just looking at the Far Rockaway Peninsula in the Rockaway Peninsula, and how Far Rockaway versus Breezy Point, how Far Rockaway had so many more cases of COVID deaths and COVID cases than Breezy Point, and it's literally because of racism. Literally because Breezy Point is a gated community that has kept out people of color since the 60s, and it's just allowed because it's I don't know, it's a gated community, I guess. And it's how do I say this? It's we gotta restart the world, bro. We gotta honestly just restart everything, because I don't know.
Rachel, it's not about restarting, but it's about healing and moving on and going forward with this, taking accountability. We all know who should take accountability for this. Him taking accountability and going forward and just bringing peace, peaceful protest and changing things and not having riots such as that. Now, as far as we know this, we are living in history. Every day that we walk, we are living in history. And this was not a protest. Like, this was not a freaking protest. This was uphold to white supremacy. Point blank. Period. That day was the uphold to white supremacy, and we need to change that.
I don't want to cut in on the amazing back and forth, really great volley. We have a new admittance to our room, Miss Nina Davidson. I don't know how y'all feel about letting
That's my best friend. Okay.
All right, so I'm actually removing her from the chat. No, I'm
Wait, no.
kidding. We're gonna let Nina in real quick. Y'all can go back to the point. But I definitely do appreciate where the narrative is going. I understand that where we left off with what Rachel said, as far as like, the last two or the big two issues that we have to face, and then how Chelsea, with the rebuttal, just how we might need to just see it from a different perspective and probably heal. Just keep going with that. I'm going to let Nina in and let's see if she can add to the conversation. Hello? Hello? Is she there? Uh-oh, I think she left. Did she leave? Nina, no! Oh, no, she didn't leave.
Unless she's here.
Nina! Welcome to the Are We There Yet podcast. We are joined with Chelsea Santiago, Jaden Abdeen, and apparently your best friend, Miss Rachel Todd. Is this news to you, Nina? Because it's news to me. Oh, she says hey in the chat. Okay, just to let you know, Nina, and I'm also going to pause the recording real quick for 3, 2. All right.
I'm sorry that.
Just to let you know, we have Nina in our graces, and it is great to see you. We're going to give you a round of applause. Just to bring you up to speed, Nina, we were talking about the events on the Capitol, how that's dealing with, all of the issues that are in front of us, how it ties to systemic racism, how we can try and overcome that and get past it. Nina, would you like to share, or would you like to just tell us how your day is?
I actually don't know much about that topic, so I guess I'll just more so be listening. But my day was okay.
That's good, as long as the day was good. And I think it's great that you did come in and join the conversation, even if you aren't that well versed on it. I feel like, again, just to bring it back home, we want to make sure everybody's perspective is presented here. And I think it was really great that Chelsea decided to take the helm on that and bring it back to a topic that we've already discussed on the podcast, but she's bringing her perspective as well as other people's perspectives in. And again, thank you for that, Chelsea. And again, one of our youngest. This is great. This is the dream. Oh man. Okay. What I will say is, if anyone would like to go back off into what we were discussing, I believe Chelsea, you were saying that we should probably come from a place of healing to move forward. Does anybody have anything as a rebuttal? Do you want to continue on with what you were saying?
Yeah, I just wanted to finish one thing. With healing, it also takes a part of accountability. So we have to have someone accountable for what had happened. And even though they impeachment trial, they said that he will not be, and it's unfortunate. I hope that he has something accountable to him, because he's always just getting away with it. It's twice already, and with the record of how everything that has taken place, it's not fair for the people in the Capitol that day to have that happen to them, to have fear of what happens if we go back. And with healing, it also has to take with accountability. So whenever I get older, I want to make sure he's accountable for everything he's done.
I do enjoy the fact that you said healing is something that we should be trying to do. Is there anything else that you guys could suggest in the vein of that, or maybe outside of that?
Nah, I type want more.
I don't know. I'd say that the most powerful tool we can also use is education, because education is the key to innovation. So, in order to teach people things, when you teach people things, it basically creates a much better environment in which people can implement those things they are taught. So, if we're teaching them positive things that are actually accurate and, of course, have historical integrity, then we'd have a much better environment than we do now. But since we have, political leaders that can give misinformation or manipulate people in ways that, ordinary people can't, that causes a lot of corruption, and it makes our overall society much more dangerous, in which everyone has to be precautionary, especially like people of color. Because you know how like Trump used to make a lot of like, I don't want to say jokes, but statements about Asian people. He called the virus the Kung flu. He called it the Chinese virus, and I feel like that's really contributing to the hate crimes that's being basically enacted upon Asian people. And recently, I heard a report saying that hate crimes have gone up over 1,900 times more, which is like really ridiculous.
I feel like, again, just to say, this one person is kind of bringing all this ugliness out of the country. And sometimes these are the things that need to be brought to light so that way we can get past it and go back to that accountability that Chelsea was talking about. Just to let y'all know, though, I'm going to pause again in 3, 2, 1.